I'm here with Morgan with the APA, which is the American Policyholder Association. And I wanted to ask you a couple questions. What is the APA and why is it necessary and who do you guys serve and why did this come about and how long have you guys been doing this?
Okay, so the American Policyholder Association is a 501c4 nonprofit consumer advocacy organization. Our main mission focus is to meet with attorneys generals around the United States, educate them first and foremost about carrier side fraud. So, all the time in this industry, you hear about fraud. Insurance fraud is mainly associated with those dirty contractors or even consumer side fraud, homeowners. But nobody talks about fraud that occurs in the realm of the industry carriers. So, billion-dollar corporations, it would look as if they do abuse their power and influence and deep pockets to kind of manipulate the claims process for a financial gain. And so they have many different tactics. We're about 3 years old, and our main mission focus is to criminally prosecute. So they get millions of dollars of fines imposed on them every single year, and nothing changes. The same people are in the same positions to perpetrate the same fraud. Their team of lawyers come in, they settle, everybody signs an NDA. Nothing is talked
Non-disclosure
about.
agreement.
Correct, a non-disclosure agreement,
Right.
and then nothing changes.
Okay.
So the system is very imbalanced. So
Sure.
what we want to do is balance the narrative. We want to educate consumers first and foremost, policyholders. We have a ton of resources on what to look out for, how to protect yourself, how to manage claims, what to expect. It is a fraud deterrent. But on the back end, if and when we do come across fraud, we will criminally prosecute. They start changing their tune and behavior when you start putting them in handcuffs and actually criminally prosecuting and putting them in jail.
So wasn't there recently a case where I think it was in New York where somebody was an engineer that was falsifying reports? I believe you guys were involved in that case in pretty much finding justice for consumers because consumers really don't have a voice. I think that insurance companies generally have amazing commercials talking about great hands and good neighbors and all these other different things, but the consumer when they're actually not getting paid for what they're owed or maybe claims are getting sabotaged essentially is what you guys are trying to prevent
Correct.
and hold people accountable because I don't think anyone's ever been criminally prosecuted in the past knowing that they're actually doing these things in the industry. It's an amazing service that you're offering. So who do you guys partner with and how do you guys get supported? Like who's the ideal person that you guys want to partner with and why should a homeowner want to see, let's say, your logo somewhere with whoever it is that you're partnering with, I guess?
That's a great question. So our membership, we are actually member funded. So we're actually able to complete mission work and do things like be at this conference. I just got in from spending 3 days with almost 30 attorneys generals in DC for 3 full days, which was huge for our organization.
Wow.
So we are member funded. And so our members' dues give us the opportunity. So that kind of amount, those funds actually allow us to be capable of being here at this conference, me having this conversation with you, and then also a huge opportunity of doing things like I did in DC at the beginning of this week. Having that one-on-one interaction with so many attorneys generals around the United States for 3 full days is huge. What we did was educated them, got their commitment to prosecute if and when we did have a case that we could turn over to them in the future in their state. Just showing up, educating ourselves, but we are comprised of lawyers, PAs, contractors on the professional side. We do have some engineering firms that are also a part of our organization. We have a few manufacturers wanting to come in at really high levels to show support. And as a homeowner or a policyholder, what it says to me when I put that hat on and I'm looking at who I want to do business with and who I want to trust to work with or have work on my house, if I see that logo, if I see that they're a part of an organization that is the only organization in the United States that is in the trenches, that is advocating on the policyholder side for their best interests in the arena of insurance fraud and doing what we're doing, that speaks volumes as far as who I want to do business with. And especially even me as a business owner. I do not do business with anybody in this arena unless they're a member of the APA, personally and professionally, because I know that individual is willing to devote time and energy and effort into an organization that is really trying to make a difference for the betterment of the good across the board. So they're aligned with my core values, and they stand out amongst a lot of the competition because they take the extra time and energy and effort to devote, either if it's just their membership, because some people just devote their membership dues, but some people want to get more involved. They want to, they have resources that they want to contribute. Everybody's story is different, but those people are the people I want to do business with on the personal side.
Makes sense. So, what would be some of the big red flags where somebody should be like, you know what, I better contact the APA and see if maybe this is something they would want to help out or guide us on? How would they do that? And what are the main red flags that you guys would say, hey, this is something that the APA will help you with?
So we're doing a really good job on the back end of really educating people of what criminal fraud looks like, but we're at a point right now where we've built the mechanism, we've built the vehicle. We want to start really driving it as fast as we can. We just hired on 2 more lead investigators on the back end with our SIU unit, our special investigative unit that handles all these claims. So we really want to start pushing reports. So if you are a professional in this industry, or if you're personally dealing with a claim that you feel has been handled improperly and you're not sure if it's fraud, you're not sure if it's bad faith, you're not quite sure, you just smell something fishy, we want that data. You can go to our website at apassociation.org, and there will be up in the right corner, there'll be a button that says report fraud. It will easily walk you through the steps where you can fill out some questions and then also submit documentation with all of your findings and evidence. And we will take it from there. They will communicate, they will take over the whole entire process from that point forward. They will update you accordingly. And that we want all of that data, even if you don't even think it's fraud. If you have a bad actor that you're dealing with multiple times, if we can gain enough data that we can actually use in the future that can pinpoint bad practices and patterns of behavior, that it wasn't just one isolated incident, all of that data is going to morph into something that is really going to be an amazing resource and tool for every single professional in this industry.
So you guys are basically the gloves, the boxing gloves for the consumer.
Correct.
And so we want to say thank you, I guess, for helping our consumers out and the homeowners out there that we work with. So appreciate your time. Thanks, Morgan.
You as well. Bye-bye.